Welcome to Keynotes to Collectibles with Curtis Zimmerman. In this series, I'll be sharing Ray's sports collection and my temporary shift from being a keynote speaker to the world of sports cards and collectibles.
You know, I think it's so important as we talk about collectibles and we talk about things that people have collected for years, just like I have. We also have to understand that at a certain point, it can get overwhelming. You can have too many things. You can become a hoarder almost with all of the things you're surrounding yourself with. Not only are you living within them, but they actually take over your life. And I wanted to just address that really quickly with a couple stories that I've personally experienced. One is a beautiful young lady. I think she was 82, and her husband passed away. And he was a collector of golf clubs. And I mean, literally had thousands and thousands of sets of golf clubs. I think it was 3 or 4 storage units, as well as his garage, from floor to ceiling was filled with golf clubs. And then he passed away. And his wife was sitting there saying, well, now I have all of these golf clubs, and I don't know the value of them, and I don't know what to do with them. And I'm paying each week for these storage units, and I don't have any kids that are interested in them. And I heard about this through a friend of mine, John Galvin. John Galvin is a big golf fanatic and, you know, all things golf he loves, and marketing guru. And he told me, hey, Curtis, I heard about this older woman who has all these golf clubs, and she'd love for anyone to come and help take those off of her hands. And she's literally giving them away to anyone that comes and drives up with a truck or a van, and you can fill it up and take what you want. And I did do that, and I went and I only took putters. So I think it was like 1,000 putters or something, and I have a picture of she and I had the best day with her, just getting to know her and hearing about her husband and his collection and what he did. And she was so pleasant and amazing woman, but it really made me take pause and think about, he was so passionate and he loved those putters and those golf clubs and those golf bags so much, but he didn't really think about the burden it was going to be for his wife once he was gone. And that's something I would say is that if you have many, many, many thousands of something, or, you know, something that's larger like your car collector and you have 30 cars, what happens when something happens to you? And maybe your family, your kids aren't passionate about that collection like you are. They don't know the value. You haven't marked anything out. You may want to start thinking about, what can I do to downsize? What can I do to move some of those things and get those into, like, for instance, this gentleman with all the golf clubs. He literally could have given away 10, 100, 2,000 different golf clubs to different boys and girls clubs and things like that, and shared those clubs with many, many people and felt really good about doing it. But he didn't do that. And that left it on her just to kind of give them away to anyone that would take them. So think about your collection. And it reminds me of Ray. You know, Raymond loves his stuff. I mean, I got to tell you, the reason I called the company Raymond Sports Collection is because it literally is his sports collection. And he didn't want to just give it to anyone. He wanted to give it to somebody that was going to cherish it, take care of it, and then pass it on to other people that appreciated it. And, you know, Raymond's getting older now. He's in his 70s. And he knew if something happened to him, his wife would be stuck with a giant warehouse and a giant store full of things and really not knowing kind of exactly how to take care of it and get it out. So that's where I came in. So think about that with you. The other thing I would say is a lot of people, let's just say if we go back to the sports cards, you might have a $5 card and you might have, I don't know, 400 of those $5 cards, and they're taking up a lot of space. A lot of people, what they do is they take those $5 cards and they trade up. So I end up with 2 $400 cards or 3 $500 cards, and I get rid of all those other cards and get them out into the world to help other people finish their collections. So think about 2 or 3 things that no matter what you want to keep, but what are some things you might be able to kind of let go of a little bit? Because I always tell people this, the most important thing in life are your relationships. The most important thing in your life is the way you get to feel when you're around other people and the way you make other people feel when you're around. And there's no objects in the world that can ever take the place of that. Nothing is more important than my relationships, and nothing's more important than your relationships. So make sure you always put those at the forefront. Enjoy your collectibles, but remember what we're doing now, communicating back and forth with your loved ones and each other, always takes precedent over our collections.
To learn more about Ray's Sports Collection, go to facebook.com/Ray's Sports Collection. And if you're looking for a speaker to inspire and engage your people, visit my website, curtiszimmerman.com. Thanks for tuning in to Keynotes to Collectibles.